Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media.
Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Today's episode takes us to the Absaroka Mountain Range in northwestern Wyoming. Franc's Peak, the highest point in the Absaroka Range, is a popular challenge for mountain climbers. Stretching to 13,164 feet above sea level, it sticks out like a sore thumb on the skyline. It is a remote and rugged summit located southeast of Yellowstone National Park. The area is a mix of alpine meadows, jagged ridges, and sweeping vistas, providing a home to wildlife such as elk, bighorn sheep, and grizzly bears. At elevations above 12,000 feet, vegetation is sparse, with hardy plants like alpine grasses, mosses, and wildflowers clinging to the rocky slopes. The region is prime grizzly bear habitat. Bears in this area are often seen foraging for food in the summer months, and hikers or climbers venturing into these territories are reminded to carry bear spray and follow strict safety protocols. This wilderness is as unforgiving as it is beautiful, and Barry Olson was about to learn just how unpredictable it could be. On June 27, 2024, 71-year-old Barry Olson was on a quest to summit every 13,000-foot peak in Wyoming. He was a seasoned climber from Buffalo, New York originally, but graduated from Greybull High School in Greybull, Wyoming. Barry's sense of adventure and challenge drove him to years of mountaineering, and now he was climbing his 33rd peak of his goal, Franc's Peak. He was on pace to finish the entire list this year, and looked forward to achieving this goal. Carrying a personal locator beacon, a common tool for safety in remote areas, and bear spray clipped to his shoulder strap, Barry was well prepared for the challenges of the backcountry. However, no amount of preparation could fully brace him for what was about to happen. Barry had spent the first half of June 27th climbing and successfully summited in the early afternoon. After a brief photo session for his memory book, he prepared to make the arduous return on weary legs. Barry was descending from Franc's Peak when he entered Meadow Creek Basin at an elevation of 12,000 feet. The narrow ridge limited his visibility and made his progress slow and hazardous. Stepping on a less inclined stretch, he stepped forward and suddenly found himself just 15 yards away from a large grizzly bear. For a brief moment, the bear and the man locked eyes in a standoff to see who was a threat and who may just back down. Barry blinked first and instinctively took a step back. Seeing the man show a sign of fear, the bear charged immediately. In the panicked few seconds it took the bear to close in on Barry, he desperately reached around for his bear spray. By the time his hand touched the dispenser, the bear was upon him. The attack happened so quickly that Barry couldn't recall what the bear had done to take him down. For the next 30 to 60 seconds, Barry could only recall being shaken and tossed all over the place. He could see the grizzly's jaws snapping at the air, followed by searing pain as it found his flesh. Then the bear stepped back and took deep breaths and let out a rumbling growl. Barry took the break in action to finally get a hold of his bear spray. As soon as the bear saw the man's hand move, it pounced back on him, pinning his shoulders to the ground with its paws. In one last impartation of rage, the grizzly bit onto his thigh and lifted him off the ground. As the bear tossed its head, Barry tumbled through the air and landed with a thud, with his face to the ground. As Barry gasped for breath, he could feel the rocks and gravel that padded his fall. He listened intently for indications of what the bear would do next, but heard nothing. Searching for the bear in his peripheral vision, he waited to feel another piercing bite. Feeling emboldened by seeing no movement nearby, he glanced around to see the grizzly had disappeared. Relief flooded over him as he understood the bear may have given up on attacking him. He thought he was going to die, but now he had renewed hope that he might survive. As he inventoried his injuries, he could see deep puncture wounds in both of his thighs, seeping blood. His left arm had been tattered at some point in the attack, but he didn't seem to have any broken bones. Barry figured if his bones weren't broken, he might be able to walk out. After trying to walk, he realized the damage to his thighs was too painful, so he opted to utilize one of the most important pieces of technology he'd brought on the trip. Searching his backpack for his personal locator beacon, he activated it as soon as he found it. The device didn't provide any feedback, but sent a repeated signal to alert emergency responders to come to his aid. Barry's only option was to lie there and wait for help to arrive, and after a few hours, he could hear the sound of an approaching helicopter. Sublette County Search and Rescue had received his alert and was now homing in on his location. The medics wasted no time in assessing Barry's condition and placing bandages to control the bleeding. They loaded him aboard the helicopter and rushed him to a ranch near the Wood River. From there, an ambulance drove him to a large medical facility in Billings, Montana, for a higher degree of treatment. While at the hospital, Barry's wounds were cleaned and sutured shut. He was placed under observation to watch for complications like infection. Later medical procedures placed skin grafts over the most severe wounds in one of his thighs. Significant damage to the muscles in his thighs took several weeks to heal, despite his discharge a few days after admission. Wyoming hosts 700 to 800 grizzly bears in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. Adult grizzlies here can weigh up to 900 pounds and run around 3,500 miles an hour over broken ground. Northwest Wyoming reported several bear attacks in 2024, and the trend is increasing. Barry Olson's encounter with a grizzly bear on Franc's Peak is a sobering reminder of the risks inherent in wilderness adventures. His survival is a testament to his resilience and preparedness. Though his mountaineering goals may be postponed, his story will undoubtedly inspire others to respect and prepare for the wild. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I am left with a few questions for you. Could Barry's injuries have been mitigated if he'd been able to deploy his bear spray in time? How can modern technology like personal locator beacons improve survival rates in wilderness emergencies? Should climbers and hikers in grizzly territory undergo mandatory bear safety training? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comment section below, and let's talk about it.
Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.